What is going on? Hello, everybody. My name is Showbiz Shelly, and I am here doing a brand new thing. We are doing podcasting / video / live streaming, and I have a very special guest here who we're going to get to in just a second, but I'm doing something brand new on a brand new platform that we're doing, and it's called Ambission. We're looking at ambitious people who are on a mission, who are looking to do good in the community and who are doing really amazing things. And my guest here today, he's doing some of those things. Like I say, we'll talk about that in just a second. I'll bring you in right now.
Let's do it.
LaRoyce Hawkins from Chicago PD, welcome.
Welcome. Well, thank you for allowing me to be here. I'm so glad that you think I'm ambitious and I'm doing powerful things. And, you know, it means a lot for you to say that, especially you, Showbiz Shelly, because, you know, you killing it.
Oh, well, thank you. But seriously, for real, I mean, because every time we talk to you, you always are out doing something. I think last I saw you, it was at an event, actually.
Yeah,
you were doing.
What was it?
It was at the Chop Shop.
The Chop Shop.
In Wicker Park.
Yeah. I think, and the Chop Shop was the Patrick Lives On groove. And that's something that's real near and dear to me because, the script supervisor for my show on Chicago PD, her name was Patricia Fontaine, and unfortunately, a few years ago, her son was a victim of gun violence. And I'm from Harvey. I've also I've known people not just in my family, but I've had friends who were victims of similar incidents. And so, Patricia and I talked long and hard one day about how we can raise awareness for not just her situation, but for situations like hers all over the world, And so Patrick Lives On. Patrick was her son's name. And Patrick Lives On is just one of the ways that we're doing our best to make sure that we can raise awareness on not just gun violence and like being anti-gang or drugs, but like helping to find the spark in these kids that's going to take them to a powerful or positive level, Mm-hmm. How do we give these kids the attention that they deserve? How do we give these kids the inspiration that they need? The motivation. I mean, naturally, Patrick Lives On is all about the way we do it. Technically, is that we get donations from like corporate sponsors or people who are willing to donate their money in order for us to get scholarships for these kids to do the activities that they want to do in like different programs, whether it be like the Boys or Girls Club or like a basketball team. But what's most important for me is that we instill the little homies with inspiration. Is that we like try to find that spark on the inside of them that's just going to like allow them to tap into whatever their gifts are. Because we know that once you start to feed your gift, that gift starts to feed you. And before you know it, you can be on Showbiz Shelly's level. You know what I'm saying?
I love that, though. And I love that you say the word spark because also we'll eventually get to this, but we're going to have some Showbiz Shelly sparks on the show, like you
dope.
say, people who are doing really good things in the community that, we have big celebs like you who are on TV, but I like to think there's stars amongst us all the time who just don't get the spotlight like
Definitely.
you do. And so we're going to bring them in, and like you say, they're going to be my little Showbiz Shelly sparklers. So
Oh, that's
we'll get
dope.
to that.
I like
know.
that.
It's
I
cute,
like that.
right? So, okay, so let's talk about you, like you say first. So
Okay.
for those who don't know, you're from Harvey, Illinois.
Yep, grew up Harvey, Illinois, born and raised.
South side.
Yeah, south suburbs.
South suburb.
Went to Thornton High School.
Yeah.
And from there went to Illinois State. Studied acting there. I cultivated, comedy and poetry and improv and all those kind of things, like right there on the campus there at Illinois State. And yeah, I mean, the only thing I can say is that I've been extremely fortunate and blessed, to be able to utilize my gift on the platform that I can now. It's definitely a dream come true. And right here at home. Like I didn't have to move to an LA or to a New York, and have to come back, or find a new life for myself somewhere out there. I did everything right here at home.
That's how I feel, because, I grew up here too, and so to be able to do radio here where you grew up, it makes a difference. I mean, can I say your sister's here, actually?
Oh, yeah,
so that's cool.
And that's dope. Because, and I get to include my family, into the cool things that I get to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is dope.
So, because what I think is cool is, like you say, you did stuff with improv, you did stuff with comedy, but you do this really serious role on Chicago PD. And a lot of people might not know that you're really funny. Because I've seen it firsthand many times, actually.
I appreciate that.
Yeah. And so do you prefer to do the comedy stuff, or you like to kind of stretch your limits with the drama?
To be honest with you, I try not to separate the vibe, I like to think that it's all coming from the same place, that the gift, it's from one source, and that source can go a bunch of different directions, but it's all coming from the same vibe. So, naturally, I started off in comedy, and I think that there's a natural an organic kind of wave that I get within comedy, and I don't get to do it that much. I actually just recently booked the pilot for Comedy Central called Southside, and it was my first time really being able to do comedy. Now, I'm not gonna say the first time, but it was one of the first times in a while that I created a character for a project, and it was received extremely well from a Comedy Central. You know what I'm saying? For Comedy Central, to appreciate and respect what I brought to this character, that meant a lot to me. So I think, post Chicago PD, whenever that may or may not be.
Not for a long time.
Yeah. But at any rate, I would definitely love to like dive back into the comedy acting a lot more. But I still do stand up all the time. And my poetry is actually a lot more serious, and can get kind of deep. And so I think, like the stand up and the comedy acting, and then whatever I do on Chicago PD and my poetry, they find similar vibes. I guess I probably just tap into the poet myself when I do Atwater.
Now,
and that's cool.
Yeah, because I will say too on the show, you do have a couple funny, witty one-liners.
Yeah, every now and then they let me stretch out.
Yeah.
They even had that one episode where they let me do stand up at Molly's.
Yes,
you see that?
yes, that's right.
It was like I was supposed to go to Laugh Factory, and then the case got carried away.
That's right.
And then we ended up doing it at Molly's, and it was great.
Yeah. Okay, so as you know, I'm Showbiz Shelly, so I like to talk about entertainment news also.
Yeah.
So I was wondering if you would just talk with me about some big entertainment stories.
Okay, I'm down.
So, did you hear, first of all, about how Malia Obama lost her phone at Lollapalooza?
I did not know that she lost the phone.
Yeah.
I knew that she was there, though.
Did you see her?
I didn't see her there because I was there Thursday.
You were there Thursday.
And Thursday was the big day that, that monsoon came.
Yes.
And everybody got caught in the very biblical rain.
Yeah, I heard it was quite epic.
Man, it was crazy. And I had to walk from like the middle of Lollapalooza to my homie's crib. And he like stayed closer to Lala than I did. So I'm like, bro, I'm just gonna walk to your crib. When I got to his spot, I needed new everything. I needed new everything.
So you needed sweatpants, underwears,
sweatpants, drawers, socks. You know what I'm saying? I almost needed a new haircut.
Yeah.
It was a bunch of. I needed everything. So luckily he had like a whole powerful pack of new drawers. He had an open jet.
Good, because that would have been the worst.
Yeah, because, it ain't going to be no mingling of the drawers. You can't really just share drawers with your homies.
That's true, unless it's an emergency, I would imagine.
Unless, but
Yeah.
at that point, you just, you figure something else out.
You figure something else out, that's right. Who did you see there, by the way, on Thursday?
I mean, when I was there, Lil Uzi Vert was up there.
Okay.
And I think I was watching Uzi when the rain came.
Okay.
I think I tried to see K Tronada. It was like this random dope DJ that kind of caught my attention, and I stopped. But I was literally only there for about an hour and a half before the rain
And then
came.
the monsoon came.
Yeah.
So you weren't watching Lord or anyone like that?
Nope. Nope. I think I had just missed Wiz Khalifa.
Okay.
And then I was trying to make my ways around, and the rain got crazy. It was like fights over ponchos. I watched this guy like walk up to the poncho stand, and he was like, I have women who need ponchos. And he thought he had like the hottest chicks at Lollapalooza on him. No disrespect to the honeys, but
sure.
They just, but he needed these ponchos, and he ended up getting into it with like the guy that was selling the ponchos.
Yeah. And
this big poncho controversy transpired to it. Like people just started snatching them. Because once the rain came, in desperation, people just started going crazy.
Desperate measures, sure.
Man, so people started stealing ponchos, throwing fits, throwing punches. I saw, at that point, I just really, if I could be transparent, I got closer to Jesus in that whole moment.
How so?
Because it just felt like, the punishment that you heard of in the Bible was like Noah's Ark was coming back. Like I wanted two of everything.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I was like, just give me two of everything, and I'll start everything over. That's how I felt.
So it was like that.
See,
I'm not sorry that I missed that whole thing.
Oh, no. You listen.
Yeah.
I was sorry that I showed up. Because I almost didn't. I just had a homie who really wanted to go. I had passes.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, man, let's go see Wiz Khalifa.
Yeah.
We missed him, but we caught the rain.
Well, and the thing is at least if you could have been the guy to find Malia Obama's phone, that could have been worth it.
That would have been dope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What would you do if that were you? Would you?
If I would have found the phone?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, naturally, I probably just would have, hit her dad up.
That's a good one.
You know what I'm saying? I would have went straight to Mr. Obama.
And said what?
Man, I would have been like, listen, Mr. President, I got, Malia's phone. You know, naturally, if you want to pick it up, just come by the crib.
And
I
then,
would have gave him the address.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying? And hopefully he would have showed up. I don't know if he would have showed up. But, you know, I don't know him personally, but I know a couple people, you know, through the grapevine. I think I can find.
He seems like a very nice man.
Yeah, he seems like he would just
He
understand.
would do this.
Yeah, I feel like he would just get it and be like, okay, cool.
Like, even if you wanted to share underwear, whatever, like here, right?
Some presidential draws would be a vibe.
Always thinking.
I wonder what kind of draws the president wears, though.
I don't know. I would say boxer briefs, if I had to guess. Or boxers.
Yeah, but I wonder if he's like a Calvin Klein guy or like a.
This I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
We'll have to do some research. And
We'll figure that out. We'll figure that out.
Speaking
because I can't see him wearing Fruit of the Looms at this point anymore.
Oh, I would hope not.
You will hope, you know.
I would hope not. I mean, nothing wrong with Fruit of the Loom. But
There's nothing wrong with that. But
right.
it's like, you know, once you get presidential.
I feel like you have to go to a certain level, for sure.
Yeah.
Speaking of concerts, there's a lot of concerts coming to town this week. I don't know if you're aware. So Billy Joel is coming later this week.
I think, is he going to be at Wrigley Field?
Yeah, he's going to be at Wrigley Field on the 11th.
Right, okay.
So I want to say, I think that's Friday.
I think every year that I heard Billy Joel's coming to Wrigley Field, I like act like I want to go.
Me too.
But I never really.
I'm like, that should be something I should go to.
But it does sound like an experience, though. That would be dope.
Right? Yeah. What about Backstreet Boys, Nelly, and Florida Georgia Line on Saturday at Wrigley? Is this...
I will see that.
Are you a Backstreet Boys person?
Yeah, I don't mind the Backstreet Boys.
Yes.
I'm more of an NSYNC guy than Backstreet Boys.
I get
but
it.
I rock with Backstreet Boys. But Nelly is the truth. I was actually just talking to somebody about Nelly. You know, he's like one of the few hip hop artists, if any more, that like went diamond.
Okay.
Like, yeah, that's carried away. That's like.
Because that means because that's like when.
That's like over. That's well over 10 million
10
records.
10 million. Okay, yeah.
So.
That's impressive.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
like
impressive.
a lot of people haven't done that.
Yeah.
You know, you get multi-platinum recording artists.
Yeah.
And it's not that few and far between anymore. To be multi-platinum, but to be diamond means you got carried away.
That's a big deal.
Yeah.
Okay, and then like Indina Menzel is coming also on Saturday at the Chicago Theater. You know, Frozen, Let It Go. Are you into Frozen?
I dig Frozen.
You know,
Let It Go is one of my it's one of I think one of the newest, hottest Disney vibes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I've never seen Frozen. Have you
No?
actually seen it?
I've seen Frozen.
What provoked you to watch Frozen?
I think I was like in a hotel out of town.
Okay.
And you know how you're on demand and you just kind of like looking for something to get into?
Sure.
Yeah, and Frozen, I was like, you know, I'll do it.
Into it.
Because I think I had just seen them win a bunch of awards and stuff.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, let me see what's going on. Man, Frozen was actually pretty dope.
See, then I have no excuse because I was like, I don't have kids. Why would I see Frozen?
Well, it's one of those things where, you know, when you're a kid at heart, you can find inspiration and stuff like that. You know, like, you know, let it go. Sometimes you just got to let stuff go, Showbiz.
No,
You know
you're
what I'm
right.
saying?
And this is where I struggle, LaRoyce. And this, I know. I'm working on it. It's a day-to-day thing. It's not going to happen
We got to watch that
overnight.
movie, and we got to put that song on your playlist.
I know. It is on my playlist.
And we're going to work on letting things go.
Thank you.
Because once you let things go, that's how you can let other things grow.
Following your example is what I need to do. I know.
Girl?
So, okay, speaking of events, let's talk about this other event that you're going to be a part of. Kicks for the City is another big thing you're working with. And you guys have something really cool coming up. You were telling me about it a little bit earlier.
Yeah, Kicks for the City is I think, the hottest new charitable vibe in Chicago. You know, and I say that because Kicks for the City changes the face of charity in a way that we like to attract the people that work regular 9 to 5s. You know what I'm saying? That work extremely hard for their money, that have, you know, a lot of things to do, maybe have very dope, interesting, cool, powerful, popular friends, but are still willing to give their time. You know, I think for a long time when you go to like charitable banquets or events, you know, we're used to the typical older, you know, wealthier cat that wants to, you know, write off a bunch of things on his taxes. We like to attack the people who actually have worked hard for their money, but we give them a powerful experience on the back end. And so if you come to a Kicks for the City event, yes, you're donating your time. Yes, you're donating your money and a little bit of your energy. But what you understand is that you're going to get this experience on the back end where you're going to have activation stations from like a Nike at the sneaker ball. You understand that you're probably going to see, you know what I'm saying, a real powerful, popular DJ or a radio personality like yourself or TV stars. Or, you know, Nike's going to be there handing you like the dopest gift bags ever. You know what I'm saying? Kicks for the City, naturally, we want to help students in temporary living situations. And so STLS is the is our focus group. You know what I'm saying? They're the group or organization that we, you know, put most of our energy and efforts towards because we want to help those kids who just can't afford or don't see themselves being able to have the opportunity to get the shoes and the kicks that they want. And kicks are important. You know, they create more than compliments most of the time. They create confidence for these little homies. And so as we try to give these kids, you know, just a ways to a means, man, Kicks for the City is, I think, doing great things.
And you're saying that people can go to this event, they wear tuxes and
yeah, it's a
gym
black tie
shoes?
event. Yeah. So it's very, very formal. So we do our best to make sure that that you understand this is black tie, or you know, real dope evening dresses for honeys. But what's your favorite pair of sneakers, or a dope pair of sneakers? You know, historically we've had people come in with like the brand new Pippins on that kind of matches, you know what I'm saying, the tie that goes to the compo bond, that you know what I'm saying, like people get real freaky with it, and it's dope.
Square,
yeah, like all of that stuff, you know what I'm saying. So we've only had two. The third annual is coming up probably next June, but we're looking forward to not just what the patrons do on their way in, but our sponsors. They continue to you know, help us grow, like Athlete's Foot, Nike, Jordan Brand, you know, Gentleman's Jack, and the list goes on. Mitchell and Ness. You know, it's like the more we grow, the more people really want to get involved and they really want to help. And so I think every year it's just gonna get bigger and better.
And I love this, and I hope you agree with me, and it sounds like you do, where there's so much negative stuff coming out of Chicago, right? And so, like you say, if we can get the cool people involved in charity and doing stuff that's giving back, then I think we can really, little by little, take Chicago to that next level.
Right, that's what I'm saying. And you're having a good time, and there's positive vibes all around. It's like you're donating and you're giving back, but in a way that you don't even really realize. You showed up and you had fun, but in the name of fun, you fundraised for these little kids that just, you know, really need our help.
Yeah.
So it's dope.
Fundraise, I like
you
it.
feel me?
Yeah.
And so we ended up, and so actually we just had, the founder for Kicks for the City is my homie Justin Johnson. Justin Johnson, he came here to Chicago by way of St. Louis. Him and one of the other, and Javin, who is, you know, also on the board for Kicks for the City. They actually just went to Ghana. They just got back from Ghana last week, and Nike actually gave us like 250 Air Maxes to take to a village in Ghana for kids who, you know, are like big soccer, you know, like football out there is a whole nother level. You know what I'm saying? And so these kids love soccer. So for them to be able to get, you know, some quality Air Maxes and some shoes, these kids have been over there playing soccer with no shoes, and they're better than both you and I, Showbiz, Shelly.
This I know.
Yeah, like they're, you know, which it ain't hard for them to be better than me, but I know, you know, you get down.
Well,
but we gave them these shoes.
Volleyball's my thing. Beach volleyball.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But even that, I have to practice quite a bit.
Yeah, naturally.
Yeah.
I actually played beach volleyball in the Bahamas last time I was there, and it was fun.
Look at you. I just played at North Avenue Beach.
Oh, well, yeah. But you probably play a lot more. That was like my one time playing beach volleyball.
Oh, it was your one time. I'm sure you did just fine, though.
I did my best.
Yeah.
I'm a hustler. You know,
I know you are.
Yeah, it's like I got energy.
Yes.
I might not be talented, but I will have the most energy out there.
And that's what it's about, really, at the end of the day. So, like I say, we're here for Ambition. With everything you're doing and ultimately everything you have going on, what would you say is your mission? What is your mission?
My mission, you know, I think my mission evolves all the time, and I think I'm actually in that transition of, at least right now, if I could be transparent, I'm in that transition of like trying to rediscover what my mission is or what it will be soon. But my mission has always been to allow my gift not just to feed myself, but to feed the people around me, you know, in a way that that everybody benefits, that everybody's happy, that everybody, you know, is that spark. That it sparks something in everybody else, you know, and then you pay that thing forward. When I got the opportunity to be on Chicago PD, I incorporated myself and stuff, right? Because my agents were like, you should do that. It's like a good idea, and you can save money for taxes and all those things. And so I named my LLC Be Powerful. And powerful was always like a word that I used. You know, it was always one of those adjectives that I put on everything. And people thought I was weird because, you know, they'd be like, bro, what you about to do? I was like, man, I'm take a powerful shower and probably hit this powerful party soon. And everybody be like, bro, like what makes it powerful? You know what I'm saying? But I would just describe everything that I did as powerful. And it became something that I had to speak into my life. And then before I knew it, as I started to speak these things into existence, my life and the moves that I made started to reflect power, And so Be Powerful became the name of the LLC, but it wasn't until I got on Chicago PD and I actually realized how much power I had with the opportunity that I have received. And with that platform, I would go into, grammar schools or my old high school and talk to little kids about their gifts and about being powerful. And for the cat that's on TV every Wednesday night at 9 p.m., that's actually from that community, to be in their classroom telling them that they can do essentially the same thing, whatever their gift is and whatever you want to do, you can achieve it. And to be like that walking and living testimony, so to speak, man, it took Be Powerful for me to a whole nother level. It's like at that point I realized how much power I had. And with that comes a lot of responsibility. I got that from Spider-Man. And so
I didn't recognize that.
Yeah.
You could have fooled me.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's why you got to watch stuff like Spider-Man and Frozen. Showbiz.
I'm horrible with movies, but that's a whole separate podcast.
Understand?
On its own.
Yeah. We'll figure that out.
Yeah.
But so as I started to notice the leverage I had and with that power, I started to be more responsible with it. And before I knew it, Be Powerful became a vibe. And I started to incorporate that into all my shows, not just talking to the students in the classrooms, but when I do my comedy shows or when I have my poetry sets, if I'm throwing a party, when I'm, doing things for Kicks for the City or Patrick Lives On, that theme of Be Powerful is always the underlying vibe,
And I think, too, like you say, it makes a difference to those kids that you're from here.
Yeah.
It's not some random person from L.A. or
Right.
something.
Right.
They're from here.
I'm from here,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? And I've seen everything that they've seen, and I know that naturally, especially in these inner cities, things aren't necessarily getting better, and there are new issues and problems that we got to face, but, I like to think that they like to see a familiar face that feels like family, walking in there and trying to just show them a better route.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So can we end this with something kind of fun?
I would love to.
Okay. So not that this hasn't been fun.
Yeah, because
So you struck me as a fedora type of gentleman.
I like fedoras. I
Yeah.
actually do have a few.
Yeah. So we're calling it Shelly Shakes It Up.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so I just have some random questions in here. Now, they're kind of related, because you're on a police show, they're kind of related to police law things.
Okay.
So pick one. We can do a couple.
Okay. Yeah.
Don't cheat.
I won't.
Just
you
pick
shook that up,
whichever one
Shelly.
you want. You're shaking it up.
Do I read this? Have you ever used your star status to get out of something?
Maybe like you were pulled over or
Yeah.
something
Okay.
like this.
Well, I'm gonna let you know, Shelly.
Please.
First of all, the only stars are in the sky. Okay. I'm gonna say that, and I was reminded of that
Okay.
when I got pulled over once.
Okay.
I'm on the show.
Yeah.
At this point,
Yeah.
me being pulled over.
Is it like season what? Do you remember?
It's like going into season 3, maybe.
Okay.
It's like between 2 and 3. And so it's the show is the show.
Sure.
And I got pulled over, and as much as I thought that my star status would allow me to go home, it definitely afforded me a night in the jailhouse.
No.
I can't make these things up. Apparently I had a warrant for my arrest, and I didn't know it. Just for traffic stuff.
Really?
Yeah, but with me going to work every day, I missed a lot of court dates.
Sure, you're busy.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But I wasn't even aware, because I actually just got my license back.
It's all so ironic.
Yeah, right. It was crazy.
A cop show and you have warrants out for your arrest.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm like, only me. Of course, out of all the people on the show, I got to be the one who can still go to jail.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
So let me ask you this. So the cop pulls you over.
Yeah.
And you
The
say.
cop pulls me over, and
Yeah.
I tell him I'm on the show. I was actually on my way to like this White Sox event. It was like a celebrity golf thing happening, and they expected me. It was like I'm on my way there, and I kind of like got pulled over last minute. I was looking at the golf course, and you know what I'm saying? It was like, and I wasn't even driving my car. It was like I had a homie driving for me.
Oh no.
But it was one of them things where he checked my ID, and he was like, some things came up, and I'm like, really? How did things come up? And then he's like, oh, my wife loves the show, and I'm like, bro, tell your wife I said hi.
I'll give her an autograph.
As he cuffs me up and like,
No.
just tell your wife I said that. But your wife, what she think of what you're doing, sir? But he didn't care about it.
And he didn't care.
And so I get there,
Yeah.
and it's like detectives and like I walked into the police station and people, it was naturally it was like they're like, bro, what's up? And I'm like, bro, what's up?
Yeah.
But it was like they were so nice and so respectful, and everybody like was having. But whole time I'm on my way into the demonstration. It's like I'm still taking my shoestrings out my shoes.
Yeah.
I'm still taking pictures. I'm still doing fingerprints. I'm like, yeah, but I'm still, signing autographs.
Did you have your underwear? It all comes back to the underwear.
It all come back to the drawers. They let me keep my drawers on.
Okay.
But you got to understand, it was like I was doing all these things. It was like I was doing this, essentially everything I would have been doing at the celebrity golf event.
Yeah.
Taking pictures and signing autographs and like cheesing and, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like entertaining fans.
Yeah.
But on my way into a jail cell.
Unbelievable. So you stayed there overnight.
I stayed there. This happened probably like 11 a.m.
Okay. So
And I got out like probably like 4 in the morning.
did you have to get bailed out? Did someone have to come get you?
Yeah, it was one of them things. It was powerful.
Wow.
Yeah, but it was interesting. But it was, I learned a lot from that moment.
Yeah,
like
what
I
did you
told
learn? Yeah.
the only stars are literally in the sky.
See, and I thought for sure this was going to be kind of a boring story. Like, yeah, in fact, I did say I was LaRoyce Hawkins, and he let me drive away. That's what I thought the story was going to
Nah,
be.
that doesn't happen
That was
to
a
me.
way better story.
Come on now.
Way
you
better
feel me?
story.
And listen,
Yeah.
it was, now that nobody wants to be in jail. You know what I'm saying? That's not
No,
fun.
right.
But when I think about the experience, and the fact that I could tell this story right now, it's like,
It's worth it.
it
Let's be
was
real,
an experience. It turned out to be a great story.
Yeah.
Even the guys I was in jail with, like I never saw their faces, but it was
Yeah.
like one cat in the cell to the left, another cat on the cell to the right. Naturally, they in there for some real stuff. But you know what I'm saying? They trying to talk to me, but I was trying to act like I was asleep. Because I'm like, I don't want to get involved with these cats. You know what I'm saying?
What were they trying to talk to you about?
It was like I was listening to them talk about like, like the domestic things that they've been involved in. And like, they talking about the drugs. I know all the secrets. And I'm like, I just don't want to be involved.
That's a good plan.
But
yeah.
they heard me moving, I guess.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? And so I'm like trying to act sleep. And they like, fam, we hear you in there, fam. Fam, we know you moving, fam. Talk to us, fam. I was like, what's up, guys? How are we? So they're like, what you do, dog? What you do? And so I'm trying to act like, I did something heavy, right?
Yeah.
I'm trying to, you know what I'm saying?
Right, you have to sound kind of badass.
I'm trying to sound a little badass, so
Yeah.
I'm like, I was like, yeah, man, I was on my way to this golf thing, fam.
Yeah.
They called me like right before I robbed the whole golf tournament, fam. I was finna get all the clubs. You know how much money you can get for clubs? They're like, damn, fam, how long you been golfing? It was
Yeah.
it was weird.
Yeah.
But I ended up we ended up really bonding though. Like I said, we never saw each other.
Okay, yeah.
But you kind of ended up bonding because we all wanted a phone call, and we wouldn't get a phone call. Like they refused to give us phone calls. They brought so many bologna sandwiches by, but we never got a phone call. So we like, man, why won't they let us talk to our people? Like we're trying to figure out what's going on. And I realized I don't know what time it is.
Yeah.
I'm like, I just been in here for a long time. I've already done enough push-ups, taken as many naps as I can.
Right.
I'm up.
Right.
So I ended up talking to these brothers about their situations. I gave like this one cat like advice about his thing. I gave the other dude, you know what I'm saying?
Going on advice,
Some
sure.
kind words for his situation. And like before the end of the night, we actually ended up like
Best
being
friends?
pretty cool.
That's
And then like in the
awesome.
middle of the night, I think they were asleep. You know what I'm saying? That I was like, the guard came and got me. And, you know what I'm saying? I never really got to say bye to those brothers, but I hope they're in a better place.
But see, this is what it's all about. Ambition, doing good in
Yeah.
the community, making
Yeah.
friends, positive vibes, like you say. That's even an example of that.
But I appreciate that. You
I'm
see-
trying to come full circle.
I know, right? Yeah.
Yes.
But listen, no matter where you are, no matter what you're doing, if you bring a positive attitude and an open heart and mind to the situation, you can make anything a dope story.
Absolutely.
And it's like that. I could have easily walked away from that situation, still mad and tormented and aggravated with the police. But like I said, I walked into it unexpectedly. I didn't know I was gonna go to jail that day. But honestly, before I went to sleep that night after the whole experience, I was grateful for how it turned out because, like I said, it turned out to be something that I learned from. You know.
Can't get better than that.
Yeah, you
And I
can't
hope
get
the
better
people
than
at the golf tournament weren't too mad.
No, I think they understood.
Okay.
I ended up talking to them later on, and I told the White Sox, listen, everything's off my record now.
Do you pay,
You know what I'm saying?
pay your parking tickets, LaRoyce?
That's easier said than done.
I don't have a car, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hear.
Like
it's
I had
annoying.
like old parking things from like even before You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
I still had that kind of stuff. I thought I had cleared up, but, you know.
But now it's
the
taken
system
care of.
out here is just a lot harder to deal with than you would think. So
I
you don't have
hear.
a car, so you don't have those problems.
Right.
Don't get a car.
My thing is like, do I have enough money on my Venture card? You know, this
Right.
is my issue. Yeah.
Yeah.
I understand. Well, anyway, Chicago PD starts again soon,
September 27th.
27th.
Mhm.
What? Are you, Sophia Bush is leaving?
Yeah, she's leaving.
Are you sad?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, you know, that was, I mean, she was a big pull. You know what I'm saying? She was a draw. That I know everybody appreciated. That I know she had. I mean, what makes it sad is that, you know, all those One Tree Hill fans that we had probably ain't going. You know what I mean? And that's a lot.
That's a lot of people.
She might be taking a lot with her.
That's a good segment.
But I like to think, and I say that jokingly, but I like to think that honestly, the show is gonna be in a better place. You know what I'm saying? It's, you know, nothing against her and what she brought to the show. Her vibe was extremely important. But naturally, when you lose a big piece of a project like that, you know, the powers that be, the Dick Wolfs of the world, and you know, and his whole team, they have to get together and create a vibe that's going to replace the former vibe.
It has to evolve, right?
And so that it evolves and goes to another place. And I like to think that walking into this season, that's exactly what they did.
Yeah.
They put a team together of we getting John Sater back.
Yes.
From Chicago Justice. Tracy Spiridakos is coming back. And she guest starred toward the end of the last season. We're going to get Burgess back. Like, the team is back, but we're about to tell stories now that I think Chicago's going to appreciate. I think the people that live here are going to appreciate it, and I think, you know, we're going to have a lot of fun.
Can't wait. LaRoyce, thanks for coming today.
Oh, man, thanks for having me.
For Ambission.
I just appreciate you thinking about me and just being like,
I appreciate you taking the time to come here.
This is love.
Really.
This was love.
So,
thank you so much.
Ambission, my first Ambission guest.
I can't wait.
Good to see you.
No, thank you.
Thanks. Chicago PD, September 27th, 9 o'clock, right?
9 o'clock on Wednesday night.
On NBC. Bye.
Be powerful.